Good morning, children. Welcome to your EVS class. Today we will learn about renewable resources and non-renewable resources. So first of all, renewable resources. These are those that are present in unlimited quantity in nature, are those that will replace themselves or over time. These resources are not likely to be exhausted by human activity as they are unlimited. They are also called inexhaustible resources. Some examples of renewable resources are water, soil, plants, animals, etc. So first of all, we will discuss about water. So water is one of the most important resources which nature has given us. We cannot survive without water. All living things like plants, animals, and humans need water. We also use water for irrigation, transport, and many other works. So we should be very careful while using it, and we should save it and prevent its pollution also. Next is soil. Soil is another very important gift of nature. It is formed from rocks and decomposing plants and animals. It makes the outermost layer of the earth, and soil is very much required to grow plants also. Now this map shows, the green portion of this map shows the northern plains, which is known as the food bowl of India. The northern plains have alluvial fertile soil, so many crops grow here. River Ganga flows here, so it is also called the food bowl of India. The Himalayas ensure that the plains have enough water and good soil. Many rivers flow from the Himalayas. They carry the fertile soil, and this fertile soil is called alluvial soil. Next is delta. Delta is very important term. Now, a triangular shaped area of land at the mouth of a river is called delta. In other way, you can say some of the sediments are carried by the water to the mouth of the river. These get deposited in triangular shaped islands called deltas, and the deltas are very fertile. Next is plants. Plants, our green friends, are also a gift of nature to us. Nature grows lots of trees and plants in some areas, and these are called forests. The leaves, fruits, flowers, and trunks of all these trees are of great use to us. So hence we should protect the forests. In India, we have different types of forests. So now we will discuss about the types of forests. First is evergreen forest. An evergreen forest is a forest made up of evergreen trees. They occur across a wide range of climatic zones and include trees such as coniferous and holly in cold climates, eucalyptus, live oak, acacias, and vanaxia in more temperate zones, and rainforest trees in tropical zones. Or you can see these forests are green throughout the year. Next one is deciduous forest. They are also known as monsoon forests. Now it is a type of a forest dominated by trees that lose their foliage at the end of the growing season. This is in contrast to an evergreen forest where a majority of the trees remain green throughout the year because they shed leaves not seasonally but at various periods of the year. Next is thorny and scrub forests. These type of forests are generally found in the desert areas only. Tropical thorn forests and scrubs are the types of forests or areas with an average rainfall of less than 70 centimeter, which is too little. Thorn forests and shrubs are found in the area where the annual means yearly rainfall is less than 70 centimeter, and these are usually found in the semi-arid regions of India. Next is mountain forests. So these forests are found in the Himalayan region. Some significant trees of montane temperate forest are rhododendrons, ferns, oak, maple, juniper, deodar, chilgoja, etc. These type of forests mainly generated in the state of Assam, Nagaland, Mizoram, Meghalaya, Manipur, Arunachal Pradesh, etc. Next is tidal forests. Now these type of forests are found near the deltas of major rivers. So tidal forests are the forests that grow in delta regions of major rivers like Ganga, Godavari, Mahanadi, Krishna and Kaveri. Now these all five are very large or major rivers. So these trees have stilt-like roots which support the plants during high tide. These forests grow in salt water. So two typical trees found here are Sundari and Hintal. So these are the two examples of these tidal forests. Next is animals. Animals are another very important natural resource. They are generally found in jungles. Some of the animals have been domesticated by man like cow, horse, donkey, etc. The animals that live in forests are wild, example tiger, lion, elephant, etc. Or we can say animals are renewable natural resources. They move round and round in cycles and they never run out. When an animal like this cow eats a plant, it takes in nutrients. The nutrients are used in the animal's body and then many come out as waste, which returns the nutrients to the soil. Next is non-renewable resources. Non-renewable resources are natural resources that cannot be replaced after they are used. This means that they exist in a fixed amount on earth. Rock, minerals, metals, uranium and fossil fuels such as petroleum, coal and natural gas are all non-renewable resources. So, minerals. Minerals used for making metals are also non-renewable natural resources. Non-renewable natural resources are things that take longer than a person's lifespan to be replaced. In fact, they can take millions of years to form. So fossil fuels such as oil, coal, gas will not last forever. Or we can say these kind of things are made up of materials found deep under the earth's surface. So these substances are called minerals, and the process of digging out minerals from the earth is called mining. The holes that are dug are called mines. So oils, mineral, metals and natural gas are obtained from these mines. And petroleum, that is also known as crude oil, is also obtained from the earth only. It gives us petrol, cooking gas, that is also known as LPG, and diesel. Coal is another non-renewable resource obtained from the earth. So this is all about renewable and non renewable resources. Okay children, take care.